Good afternoon, everybody. Excited for this Saturday practice. Guys been going at it really hard, doing just a great job of just blocking out all the noise and really just coming out here and getting work. And that's really what we wanted to do. I just wanted to find ways to have the team come together, and I think each day it's grown, and they're just doing a good job of grinding. Even though training camp, they might have wanted to stay with some of their position teammates, but I made offense and defense stay together, and so I like how the team's coming together.
Why did you do the schedule change this week, just to mix things up?
Yeah, because we play at different times. So.
Thinking of anything different for next week?
Depends. I want to see what the temperatures are first, and then go from there.
What you'd said you'd tell us some of the bonding events once they happened. What are some other things you've done so far?
Some of the what?
Bonding events.
Oh, so bonding. We had a beach day. We did like karaoke kind of. But it's daily though, so it's just don't take your meals out of the room. Stay in there. There's no to-go boxes. Sit down and eat with somebody. Eat with your teammates. So it's mostly those are the real moments. The other stuff is kind of just fun activities, but you really get to know people when you're breaking bread with them and just sit down and actually hearing their story.
Did you sing?
No, it was all players. All the players.
Who's got the best pipes?
Best pipes on the team, I would probably say Robert James.
Ooh.
I'd say Robert James.
Speaking of Robert, we've obviously seen him riding around in the scooter. What's his update as far as for the upcoming season and that sort of thing?
He's gonna be out.
He's gonna be out.
Yeah. He's out.
Any other injuries?
No, Taco will be back soon. Other than that.
We saw Cortland and Ruben seem to be having some wraps on them various body parts.
Yeah,
those
are 12-year vets, so they've been in this for a long time. So it's just letting them recover from, just a little bit of wear and tear.
And speaking of the offensive line, looked like we saw Fontu taking snaps at center. Is there anything to that? Is that just mixing and matching?
He was taking snaps in the spring also.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing. Just that these guys got to be able to do multiple things. We can't just have one center. Sam just can't be the only center, so we have to cross-train a lot of guys. And I just like that these guys are open to it. Nobody's getting their feelings or not necessarily want to be a team guy. So it was just good because Garrett can really attest to that. He's played a lot of positions here at UCLA.
How's Eugene coming along at guard?
BJ's doing a great job. He's doing a really good job. Had a couple opportunities to get in there with the ones and showed why he got that opportunity.
How would you say the offense is progressing in Coach this area?
Offense is doing good. Defense is doing well also. You see the strides with Nico. See it in the backfield. Coach Kwan's doing a great job with the O-line. They're gelling, and even though there might be different rotations and different guys in there at times, but they all have a common goal and they're working hard.
It sounded like you had a pretty good idea of who Nico was before he got to campus, but have you learned anything about him?
Just how much of a competitor he is, just a leader. He gets fired up when we have kind of some of those competitive periods, and you can kind of see his juice going. And, John a little bit with some of the guys on defense that he knows. So, they're having fun and playing with enthusiasm.
We've noticed the new offensive uniforms in practice. Is that a preview of maybe some alternates this year?
I don't know. We'll find out. I can't say anything because those people on Twitter are going crazy. They want black uniforms, so it's hopefully in the near future we should have that.
Is there an update on the? I was over on campus yesterday looking at the field. Still a lot of work being done there. Is there an update on where that
wherever
stands?
if they make us play in this on this concrete, we're fine. Like wherever. UCLA has millions of fields. We got Drake Stadium. We have an IM field with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 5 fields. So no matter what, we're gonna be fine regardless.
Something we've seen, anytime the team bus pulls up, Quasi seems to be right there lockstep with Nico pretty much every time. Is there something to, building that kind of chemistry, just like being around each other as much as they seem to be, that can help and translate on the field?
Yeah, I think they just gravitate to him, So you guys are probably noticing Quasi, but I'm seeing Mikey, Rico, everybody. They just kind of gravitate to him. When you have a top level quarterback like that who can play at a high level, and it's just like they just like him. It's the same thing like with Ethan. Everybody was fired up when Ethan came out to practice. getting to see their quarterback come back out. So they're all pretty fired up about that. And he has that same charisma about him.
And one other, I mean, I remember in the spring, Ben Perry was someone you guys talked a lot about. We haven't heard too much about him since camp opened. Where's he at right now? And
they're doing a great job. He probably had 2 sacks the last practice. You know, so he's coming in on his own. Really great, doing a really good job on special teams and something like that. So I think he started on punt the other day. So he's coming to his own and just continuously working hard. That's the thing. You know, that linebacker room is stacked room, so it's just good to see that guys are finding ways to help the team and get on the field.
With his safety background, is there, I guess, more versatility that you can use him for, like nickel linebacker and that sort of stuff?
Most definitely. He has a background of doing a lot of things, you know, playing safety, playing linebacker, rushing off the edge. So, you know, he has a good skill set, and we want to try to maximize as much as we can.
And then the base pass rush, what are you seeing week and a half into camp? What are you seeing out of the edges, those guys?
They're doing a good job. Anthony Jones is doing a good job. Keyshawn's doing a great job. Alpu's playing well too. Busick, Sully, Bucky, and then just having Gary and Keanu back and Ciale, like we really feel good about the boys up front. You know, there's depth now. We didn't really have the depth that we wanted in spring. The guys still were able to practice hard and come in there and just get reps, even though we were short. So you were able to see Juju. He's doing a good job. Scott Taylor, Cole. So a lot of my young guys are getting reps too. I'm just excited. The future's bright here at UCLA. I might need to put my glasses on. Bright it is.
The guys we're talking to today, Mikey Matthews and Jalen Woods, have they kind of come along?
Mikey's doing a good job. You know, that was somebody that came in early, was able to assert his leadership on that room and continue to grow. We love everything that he brings to the table. Just a high energy guy. And then J9, it's just really good to see. Did you say Anthony was or
Jalen?
Yeah. So J9, it's just good to see him taking the leadership. You know, he's waited for this opportunity for a few years now and learned from a couple pros and stuff. And it's just good to see him really take that leadership vocally. You know, he's always done the right thing on the field and on special teams, but to hear him leading vocally, that's just we're on the right track.
On Anthony, he's now, I think, a full year removed from the ACL. Are you seeing him kind of make that leap forward that happens at that point?
Yes, he's a talented running back. You know, he's kind of like the sleeper right now. You know, hopefully not too many people know about it, but Anthony's doing a good job. The reps that he's getting, he's going, and he wanted to, you know, in spring he got cleared towards the end of it, you know,
right.
And then his knee started feeling better and better, and he was able to strengthen it this whole summer. And I just like where he's at right now. He feels comfortable. He's not even wearing his brace, and he's running hard.
Tino seemed excited about all the options you guys have in that running back group. Can you kind of talk about the excitement of having a lot of guys that you can point to and say?
A lot of guys with experience. You know, top 2 guys, we got Berger and then Javion. 2 guys that have been in college football, have played big time ball, been in hostile situations, hostile environments, and still been able to perform. Anthony Woods is another one that's coming on strong. Anthony Frias is playing well also. Carson Cox is still in there doing his thing, and it's just good to see a freshman be able to get better each day. You know, he's working on little things, pass pro, catching out of the backfield, but he's open to all of that, and I just like how he's practicing. Isaiah Carson's doing a good job. You know, going into his 3rd year, you really feel his presence. He had like a 60-yard run the other day. Troy Lieber coming off an ACL, you wouldn't even know that he was hurt, so he's doing a good job also.
Have you guys decided on the Nick Pasquale number yet? Who's going to get that?
Oh, the Wyatt Mosier has that on this year.
Oh, he already?
Yeah.
When was that awarded?
Right before. He didn't have it in spring, did he?
No, it was right before this, I think.
So it was right before. It was right after spring.
What did he do to earn that?
Just somebody, you know, he understood the value of that number. Being from Orange County too, he actually wanted it, you know, and we wanted it to be somebody that embodies and practices like Nick, you know, and that was somebody that was going to come out here and leave everything on the field, and that's the way that we practices. I believe his family is going to come out here probably next week, and we'll have the whole ceremony.
Through 7 practices, who would you say maybe are some of your more consistent performers though this spring?
Consistent performers through 7 practices. Nico for sure. Running backs, the top 2. I mean, top 4 have been doing a good job. So, but we'll say Jet and Berger. tight end room. You know, it's great to see Huddy back out there blocking, catching passes downfield, just feeling comfortable with his knee. Jack's doing a good job also. O-line, we're excited about all of them because it's just growth, you know. There's a lot of new guys, but it's growth. So getting Ruben, Corlin, Sam, Armella, Fontu, and BJ, and and all of them. So I feel comfortable with the O-line just because we have more depth. Depth builds competition, and that's what you want, really. And then defensively, you know, just being able to get those 2 D tackles back, Keanu and Gary, that helps the team a lot. UCLA coming back for another year is good. Apu's playing well. I like the transfers that came in to Michigan State. You know, so Anthony and Keyshawn are doing a great job.
Are there any specific questions you're still trying to answer over the next week?
It's just more situational stuff now. You know, I think that we know like who's tough, who knows what they're doing. Now it's just situational stuff like who can function tired, who really knows the playbook in and out. You know, just get the coaches on the side and start getting into more scrimmaging and stuff like that.
Is there a timetable on when Jalen Hargrove will be up to speed and ready to practice?
So he did, you know, he has to do the acclimatization part, so he has to, we're getting close.
Okay.
We're getting close, you know. But he's picking up the offense, he's meeting with coaches one-on-one, and, you know, it's just like he has a seriousness about it. You know, like that.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.